Welcome to the Pixelberry Choices podcast. Today we're going to be talking about chapter 20 of the Nanny Affairs book 1. That is the last chapter of the first book of the Nanny Affair. And with the book 2 releasing today, I thought to recap the last chapter of the Nanny Affair book 1 so we can know where we left off and where we're going to pick things up from. So, in the last chapter, chapter 20 of the Nanny Fair Book 1, we see we're at the rehearsal dinner of Sam and Sophia's wedding, and then we start exposing Sophia, saying that Sophia is cheating on Sam with Robin, but then Sophia fires back at us and says it's because of her main character, because we are hooking up with Sam for a long time, but then Sam takes the blame, and the whole room goes fully on. It goes wacko because everyone starts just throwing stuff. I think one that kind of a scenario takes place, and the wedding photographer who was there, she starts taking photos of this moment of this sort of scandal, because she says she will be getting more money out of this than normal wedding photography. So then Carter comes to our rescue and takes us from there, because she says this is no place for a lady. And then we go to the next day. We see the next morning we wake up in our hotel room in Italy, and then we write Sam a message that we are going, and maybe in another life we will be together, but in this life we're not maybe made for each other, because Sam's parents and also Sophia's parents, they had a also backlash in that rehearsal dinner, and we don't want to create any complications, any more problems, so we leave. But before leaving, we have this scene with the boys, Mickey and Mason. We can prepare breakfast for them, and we will be thinking of it as a last moment with the boys, because remember, we come here first to take care of the boys, and we built a bond with the boys, and then we go to Sam. So the boys are the bridge. They're the bridge between Sam and our main character. So it's the mystical bond, the mother son, the motherly bond of main character with the boys. That's the main thing. So we have this time as a precious time between the boys and the MC, and then we go on. And when we are passing in the car at the wedding place, and we're going to the airport, we see the wedding place, and we are sad, and we're at the airport, and I think we'll be boarding the airplane. So this is pretty interesting. Choices did this because a lot of dramas take place with this. One love interest going to the airport is about to board the plane to somewhere, and then the love interest comes to stop them. Choices has done this in another book, I think, Foreign Affairs, when we stopped Tatum in the airport. So this airport scenes, these are getting pretty famous with Choices in recent days. Wow. So we see Sam and the boys are there. Sam is stopping us, and Sam says that they have cancelled the wedding. And then we get this precious diamond scene that we can see from Mickey's eyes, one of the twins' eyes, that how the wedding got cancelled. And also we'll be seeing what Mickey and Mason were told to do in the wedding, how they were told to behave, and they promised to behave. That's why they didn't play any pranks, but all the things they're thinking in their mind. For instance, I think when the wedding, someone was saying something, and then Mickey was in his mind, was thinking about all the pranks and just twisting all the words, and he also thought flirt on Aunt Sophia's dress and all this funny stuff, and how you can also step on Sophia's dress and sort of you can control this. So this was really a funny scene, and we see how Sam cancels the wedding and Sophia gets angry. Then we come out of there, and it was a precious moment. And finally the boys get rid of Aunt Sophia, because Aunt Sophia is going to be the stepmother of the boys that the boys didn't like. They didn't like Sophia even for a moment. They, after meeting the nanny that our MC, they have always wanted our MC to be their stepmom. They have said that in various occasions throughout the book. So then we get back, we go to the hotel near a beach, and we see that Carter and the boys are relaxing in the beach, just enjoying the awesome day. And then we get this awesome diamond scene, one last steamy scene with Sam and That was a whole lot of diamond scene. And when this scene is over, we see that our phones are going off with notification news feed, and we open, so all the news platforms, news channels, they have this Sam leaving Sophia at the altar. This happened, why, the true reasons behind Sam leaving Sophia, or Sam running away with Nanny. This kind of news channel headlines everywhere. And then we think, well, maybe the whole world is knocking at our door, but all we care about right now is this moment we're in, and we keep indulging ourselves into Sam, and in that moment with Sam, and we just keep going on with the hookup scene, with the steaming scene there, and the story ends there, and they say, when this whole thing will be out, how will you survive? So that's where we're gonna pick it up. I'm pretty much excited. I just wanted to let you know where it ended, how the chapter 20 went, the last chapter, the finale of the book one. So that's what the whole thing, that's all that happened in the last chapter. So you can get an idea. So that photographer in our wedding, she could have, not our wedding, Sam and Sophia's rehearsal wedding dinner, she could have had a, major hand in this, in terms of exposing the pictures to media. It could have been Sophia's dad, but we'll find a lot more in this today's chapter. Can't wait to see you when this chapter drops tonight. Have fun till then, and we'll see you then. Bye. Peace out.